Hello everyone, welcome to stream, welcome to the stream. Yep. For those of you who kinda know me, I know this is probably going to feel extremely weird for you guys because you would expect me to immediately play the new Limbus Company events, but hey, if you guys were there for my for the Path to Nowhere stream that we did yesterday, you guys should know that well, fuck, Path to Nowhere events are time gated, and basically you need to wait for the 31st day. You have to wait the 3rd day to be able to finish the main storyline. So well, I guess we needed to immediately play the new. Oh hi. Hello, Wilika. Hello, beautiful.
The time required for the mission is estimated.
Oh, sorry, guys. I just like. I immediately warn you guys. I just woke up. I am like if I yawn, it is pretty much normal, and it is intended because I just woke up and I haven't even eaten anything yet. Like I have like 3 spicy and sweet rice crackers in front of me. I haven't eaten yet. But hey, my objective first and foremost is just to finish this goddamn story. So what happened last time? So with basically Big Tide of Ash happened. Chief connected to it. Chief connected himself to it through its shackles. Easter's delegation came to this city because there was specialists on the specific Tides of Ash called the Suncrow. Long story short, we went on an extremely myth-rich story to in search to look out for things to craft a big ass bow, and after that, little kid and Sir Yan Yan got a fucking depression. We kinda managed to, you know, cheer her up, but something fucky is going to happen. So yeah, conclusion coming. I hate that, you know, Okay, I was about to say I hate that it's going to end in a single fucking node, but no, okay, it's going to take at least 2 nodes to finish it, so just, let's go. Operation Sunchase.
Which delusional fool dares to touch my possession?
Oh, hi, thanks, Langley
Suncrow
Money.
has been driven to the designated coordinates. The armored units have finished clearing out the scattered corruptors. The drones are retreating to a safe location. The Vanguard troops are ready to move out at any time.
In the desert 13 kilometers away from the DC, the FAC have set up a temporary base and are waiting for the next move. Next to them, the Isian envoys have formed a circle. The sinners known as Sealers are gathering their power. Patterned green lights gradually falling into a sorcerer's formation.
Are you still clear about our strategy?
Sure. The FAC will corner the Suncrow into the sorcery with firepower. Then, we will do our best to restrain it, opening up a chance for the Seer to perform the Sunshot.
And once again, the main conflicts between these citizens and Eastians Envoys was basically, you know, modernity versus tradition, science versus beliefs, well, more like science versus legends, you know, and shit like that. And also, once again, heavily inspired by the Hooooooooold mythos from Chinese mythology.
Good. Just don't get cold feet and mess things up later. The FAC has poured a huge amount of resources into this operation, so your silly myth better be useful. Don't waste our hypercubes.
Still, you know, again, like, and at the end of it, it's all about trust, you know.
Waste? You saw with your own eyes how effective the Eastern sorcery has been for suppressing the Sun Crow. How about you count how many hypercubes we've saved you, and send them back to us in Eastia?
Once again, you know, it's like the keyword. Once again, the keyword is trust, and on top, and yeah, you like, I don't have anything else to say. You know, like, keyword is just trust. Once again, they are quite hostile against each other. The two sides seem to have grown more irritable with each other in the past few days. You seldom see that officers snap like that, and even the Eastern ambassador has lost his composure. You turn your head and whisper to Turo. Should we say something?
Let them be. That's the conversation style they've acquired after quarreling through all the meetings. They're just having a friendly exchange now.
I'm sure about that, Turo! Drawing a sorcerer's symbol on the ground with incense ash in the center, Turo was a rare, serious expression at this moment.
How are the things I asked the FAC to do going?
You mean the rituals? It's all done. We've set up altars in the busiest places. But will it work? Most passerby simply laugh at it.
According to the method used in Eastia 7 years ago, the envoys requested to place the leftover bow. The envoys requested to place the leftover bow materials in different corners of the city, calling it a ritual faith.
Let's give it a try. Consider it a small experiment to verify my guess. Next, I'll just count on you guys.
You better work. You and Yan Yan observe the Sun Crow's movements from behind cover. This is the best vantage point. The optimal location for the sun shot calculated by Yan Yan comments. In the distance, white armored units form a horizontal line under the huge wings of the dormant apostle, poised to strike. Once the FAC open fire and drive the Sun Crow apostle into the sorcery, it's our chance. We've only got one arrow. You got this. Just so to remember how much you've practiced. Once the FAC open fire and draw the Sun Crow's attention, complete the sunshot immediately.
Roger that! Duro has already made me learn everything by heart.
Arrow on string. The young sun shooter is ready to draw the bow. On the other end of the shackles, you can feel Yan Yan's aim value fluttering. This?
You bet! I'm so nervous! But for those vanished cities, for my predecessors who sacrificed their lives, and for those who believe in the myth, I must do it no matter how nervous I am!
I love this kid. Fuck!
Breathe in, breathe out. You can do it, Yan Yan. Duro said I worked hard, and I'm not alone. There are many others backing me up. I must accomplish the mission the Great Seer entrusted to me. Never let the 10 suns descend upon the world again.
I mean, if they do, just shoot them down again. She gives herself a pep talk, then turns and smiles at you. Under the blinding sun, for an instant, the way Yan Yan turns her head back reminds you of the woman in your dreams. Go for it, kid. We get things ready for you. Immediately you hear a distant chant. Patterned green light shines and covers the entire battlefield. You turn back to find the sealers casting spells in the formation. Among them, Turo assigns to you. Good luck.
Suncrow image confirmed. Operation begins.
FAC, fire!
At the command, the FAC armored vehicles fire together, meeting the fiery bird head-on. Oh! Oh, you fuck! Okay, so basically what I need to do is that for these, so that I can now put Yao there.
Turn into ashes.
And I need to put an insurance there, so I will put my Nox there, and I don't think I'll be able to sacrifice her, so I will put a Coco
Flowers
there
will
too.
bloom wherever.
Because there are like 3 spawn points on the map, and I have to keep safe at least, like, well, I need to keep them safe.
Bloom here till the day you wither. Bloom here till the day you wither.
It's kind of normal for Darren to not, you know, one-shot them, since like her main appeal is basically her exclusive crime run and her ultimate. That was easy.
The Apostle is driven back to the target point. Istia, now's your chance!
Begin the ritual. Let's end this.
I think this is a little fucked up. Ice though! The apostle sweeps past the sorcery, briefly entangled in the rising green light, revealing its weakness momentarily. Yan Yan, now!
I got it!
The girl exerts all her strength to draw the bow to its limit. Entwined by the contamination overflowing from the bow, hearing your shout, she lets go, and the arrow flies off the string instantly. Having fulfilled its task, the almighty bow loses all its flames and turns into ashes in Yan Yan's hands. The arrow turns into a beam of light in a split second. Its fletchling becomes flames and propels it straight toward the Suncrow's chest. At that moment, no one can doubt that this is indeed the blessed almighty bow. The moment the arrow hits the Suncrow, flames explode and a wave of heat sweeps out dust across the battlefield. You pull Yan Yan into cover, but she's eager to peek outside.
Did it work?
The battlefield is filled only with blazing flames. No one can see clearly what's happening in the center of the fire. The FAC dare not stop firing, and the sorcerer is holding out laboriously. Everyone is holding their breath, waiting for the changes after the Suncrow is hit by the arrow. The battlefield is eerily quiet despite the tens of thousands of people there, until a piercing scream penetrates everyone's eardrums. Fuck, it failed. Giant bird suddenly leaps up from the fire, flapping its wings. With a screech, a massive force gathers into a sound wave that instantly disperses the flames and knocks back several rows of soldiers beneath it. You clearly see the bent arrow still stuck in the apostle's body. It indeed briefly suppressed the Suncrow, but it has been quickly consumed by the flames. Enraged, the Suncrow is seeking its attacker vindictively, his body swelling. The distant DC rumbles in response. The surrounding temperature is rising continuously.
No, it shouldn't be like this. The almighty bow is supposed to seal the Suncrow with a single arrow. That should have done it.
Oh, come on, the confident... Ice, no, stop breaking the fucking kid's confidence in herself!
Am I not powerful enough?
She pauses for a moment, then stands up again.
Where's the bow? Let me try again.
Good enough job. Now go take cover. We'll take over from here and eliminate this monster.
The hypercube barrier's blue light covers the sorcery's green light, forming a shield that the monster fails to break through several times. It lands with a thunderous crash and curls its flames into a ball, then simply remains still like that, as if gathering strength for the next attack. To everyone's surprise, it suddenly lifts its head and calms. The flame leap up one last time before vanishing with its feathers and wings, and its enormous body begins to shrink. It readily condenses into a figure covered with mania at the center of the scorched earth. Is that a person?
What?
Catch! Yeah! Catch the fucking Pokemon, Chief! Catch, yo! The patterned green light and blue barrier quickly surrounds it. As soon as you see that person's appearance, your head suddenly throbs with pain. Raptor-like limbs, magma-cracked skin, body covered in fiery feathers, tainted mask, golden eye. You've seen her before.
Great Seer?
You hear a soft call. The Isian voice seems stunned too. Turo looks at the center of the battlefield, her expression dark and elusive.
Is that a human? No, it's a sinner, one fused with the Apostle of Ashes.
Yeah, I kinda like this. Like, not gonna lie, this kinda was my theory about what the fuck was going on with was going on with both the Great Seer and the Sun Crow, guys. I kinda expected this.
No wonder none of the alarms were triggered. In this form.
The woman is easily bound by the sorcery. She makes a sound like a mournful cry, as if her power has been restrained. Although she looks the same as you in your dream. Although she looks the same as in your dream, the groveling figure with the piercing gaze doesn't seem human at all now. The golden eye burning with fury and ferocity. It's as everyone is shocked. A new troop enters from the rear in single file.
From now on, we're temporarily taking over here.
They surround the envoys, and in the rear of the formation, a shore floats into the battlefield. The Sun Crow is suppressed with its true form revealed. They seem very satisfied with this outcome.
That is neither the Apostle of Ashes nor the mythical Sun Crow in your legends. It is a sinner. Or one of your revered Eastern seers, if you will. Explain, Ambassador. Why did your great seer bring the Apostle of Ashes into
And
this
yep,
city?
this is going to increase the political tension between this city and Istia.
The splash of petals.
Oh, hi, Coco. Call me Fire, let's go. Oh wait, was it the Sunshot? Yeah, Sun Chase. Yeah. Call me
Stay
Fire.
close.
More story.
Have to at least take you back alive.
Explain, Ambassador. Why did your great seer bring the Apostle of Ashes into this city?
The crowd splits into two factions, confronting each other. Among them, the Great Seer lying on the ground, makes a timely wail, dragging traces of mania contamination on the earth. Her voice carries a chilling echo, not belonging to any language, but more like a monster's growl. The Asian Sealer immediately turns away, face full of pity.
She was the former seer, with powerful psychic skills, capable of communicating with wraith spirits and all things. She recreated the almighty bow, and was the greatest contributor in the Sunshot battle 7 years ago.
So she took the, like, because it couldn't be fully sealed, she took to keep at least hope. She basically took the Tides of Ash she took the Sun Crow in to at least protect Istia.
But this right here, she is no longer herself. 7 years ago, she invaded the Sun Crow's consciousness through channeling, and suppressed the monster until others shot it and completed the sealing. But the Great Seer herself was also consumed by the Sun Crow after overexerting her power.
Yeah, it looks like
She left the Ode to Sun as her last words, to remind us that her spirit would always be with us, always fighting against the Sun Crow.
Yep, and it looks like it looks like she's basically a similar case to Nox, an individual who took in huge amount of mania in manifesting some kind of manic force, manic natural force. So yep, that's bad. That's probably also why Yao and Nox are both in limbo. In the limbo book, you know.
Should the seal be broken and the Sun Crow returned, by heeding her advice, crafting the almighty bow, and having the most steadfast believer shoot at the sun, we could rouse the Great Seer's last sliver of power to complete the sealing again.
So she took back so that's why she went back to her truth, to basically Yao's form. The Great Seer before you clearly cannot fulfill this great promise, for she seems to have lost all sense of self. I think that's where the shackles comes in. Turuo's expression is cold. She's focused on the sorcery at hand, seemingly lost in thought. But some of the people here still refuse to sympathize with this tragic tale.
The Great Seer of Istia. She's a self-awakened sinner, right? You mean to say that a mere sinner could suppress the Apostle of Ashes without the shackles?
Oh, come on, shut the fuck up. Like, I swear to God, if you see this sprite in the game, he's an asshole. Like, in the White Sand event, that motherfucker, like this was also the sprite used to show a this city motherfucker, like a motherfucker, like a motherfucker piece of this city's authority. Like, ugh!
It's true. The Great Seer indeed had such power, and she did it.
I mean, the simple fact that she's
doubting? We've committed no crime. You have no right to interrogate us.
Once again, like the political tension is escalating. This is really bad. And yeah, the simple fact that she managed to fuse with the Sun Crow and stop it from coming for like 7 years is already proof enough that she's capable of doing it. She was capable of doing it for at least 7 years.
We may not have your hypercubes, but Sunsink City, no, the East too, has collectively stood firm under the calamity for a century. We rely on our own sorcery and have endured great sacrifices.
Shoal hovers quietly. After a long while, the flat synthetic voice speaks. Said before that until the almighty bow was made, the envoys would subdue the Sun Crow with Eastern sealing sorcery to delay its assault on the DC. Sealing sorcery, mania manipulation. I've seen the underground use similar forbidden technology as well. Oh fucking hell! It's a dangerous theory that exists beyond science, in which specific mania-infected humans manipulate mania in the power of contamination. Our enemies use it to spread contamination and expand the Black Rings, constantly seeking to subvert this city.
What are you implying?
You claim it's a sorcery to weaken the Sun Crow, but is there any proof? Can you prove that your sorcery isn't meant to strengthen the Sun Crow and destroy the city?
Nonsense! We have no connections with your enemies. Are you trying to extort Istia's sorcery and steal our core technology with this pretext?
I mean, these citizens are known for being greedy motherfuckers, and especially Paradiso, so that's what they're trying to do.
According to the border law, this city has no right to do this.
When the safety of the city is threatened, we have every right to take action.
Yeah, greedy motherfuckers. You make to step forward, but one of your colleagues from the 9th Agency holds you back by the shoulder.
This is all normal, Chief. The conflict is inherent, otherwise the envoys wouldn't have so many secrets. This city is the only source of hypercubes, and there are constant attempts to infiltrate and replace us. The spies targeted by the Ninth Agency have already filled the archives. The tragic incidents they have led to in the past were way more intense. You're an honest person, Chief. But honesty does not exist between two cities, especially after BR-002, with new mines and resources entering the game. In places you can't see, all major Outland forces lurking in the city have long been itching to move. If you truly believe in Istia, now is their chance to prove their innocence.
At least, thank you, Ninth Agency, and in a way, Langley, in the same way, Langley, because like, hey, at least they're giving him a chance, you know. Yan Yan has been protected by you since the sun shot. She's clearly startled by the sudden situation, instinctively clutching your sleeve and speaking with a trembling voice.
No, we really don't mean any harm. The failure of the sunshot wasn't intentional. It's Yan Yan's fault. Yan Yan didn't explain the myth clearly, and I'm not powerful enough to complete the sunshot.
Fuck! Protect this kid!
Let me try again. I'll make sure to do it right this time.
Yan Yan's eyes are red, to which the Dis City officials only respond with annoyance. Punch him in the face!
Child still here. Stop using her as a decoy. We've seen through your intentions long ago.
Punch them in the face! Punch them in the face! You're the NPCC chief! They can't defend themselves from sailors if you're not there! Punch them in the face! You are the only one with the shackle! Even Shalom can't fathom to be as powerful and be as powerful as beating his mania power or influencing the city. Punch them in the face!
The Sun Crow is a monster released by Istia. You can't take on Dis City yourselves, so you fused the Apostle of Ashes into the Sinner to break through the FAC's Apostle Monitoring Network. You let this monster into the Dis Sea to cause disasters and wreck our city.
What do you think will happen if the Sun Crow, if the Apostle of Ashes gets into this sea? It will wipe out the city. Hypercubes won't be useful if this city gets wiped out. Oh my fucking god! These. Ah! I'm angry. I'm already angry as fuck right now. I woke up 30 minutes ago and I'm already mad.
All those foolish, superstitious rituals are just smokescreens to distract us.
Chief, punch him in the face. Punch him in the face. He raises his hand and the guards all aim their guns at the delegation.
We endured a long, harsh journey to come here, expecting the distrust. But not a despicable trap like this. It's only natural for Dis City to doubt our good intentions. Knowing what you've done in the past, you must not be able to believe we would repay you with kindness.
And of course, like, if they're going to, oh fuck, I really hope his chat does not, like, release, basically.
Calm down, Ambassador. Focus on maintaining the sorcery. Now is not the time to be distracted. Don't waste your energy on reasoning with them.
Thank you, Turo. Her words have little effect. The heat, the mania, and years of suppressed doubt and anger have overpowered the ambassador's rational thinking.
The center of the world. The front line against mania. Now that we're here, we finally understand what you are.
Oh no, he's going to break the sorcery and thus allowing... Oh.
In NF-106, BR-003 broke out, and the drought of the 10 suns almost burned down Sunset Town. We exhausted our resources and sacrificed many lives to suppress the Sun Crow. In NF-112, BR-004 broke out. On the same day, Eastia was hit by catastrophic natural disasters.
This is bad.
That's right. That's the sinking of Eastia you guys like to joke about. We barely rebuilt Sunsink City when you brought the riots upon yourselves and triggered BR-002. That's why the Suncrow suddenly broke its seal and went out of control. No wonder you always cover up the news about the Black Rings. Under the perishing star, every Black Ring is connected to the source of mania, and each one could affect the whole world. It's all your fault. Eastia sent the Suncrow Apostle to invade this city? You are the ones forcing the whole world to suffer the consequences of your own deeds. And yet, you're trying to smear us?
When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences? This is really what it feels like.
And you dare probe for intelligence behind our back. This is blatant espionage. Arrest them! You have all the time to explain yourselves in the interrogation room. You won't be leaving this city ever again.
Punch them, Chief! The Eastern envoy is furious with indignation. The pattern light of the sorcerer beside him flickers and shatters, and the temperature rises again. But besides you, the only person who notices this is that monster. Stop it! The Suncross is still here! You want to stop the infighting, but the situation escalates quickly. The Apostle, previously groveling and suppressed by the sorcerer in the hypercube field, seizes the opportunity to strike back. Yan Yan clutches her head and falls to the ground. Just like a few days ago, the consciousness of the Suncrow Apostle contaminates the girl's mind again. You and she are impacted almost at the same time.
The M value is skyrocketing. A high-intensity mania entity is activating.
And this is what happens when you are fucking greedy motherfuckers! It instantly sheds its weak and pitiful human disguise, inflating and spreading its massive wings of black flames. This time, it completely breaks through everything binding it, soaring and screeching. Contamination falls upon the entire battlefield like boiling rain. And the only people left unscathed are... A mass of dark flames envelops the Eastians, turning into broken wings that ward off the descending mania contamination. Strangely, this pitiful, barely human figure seems more like the person who invaded your dream than the woman the Suncrow just transformed into. Even though protected by the black flames, Turo's incense burner still cracks slowly, and the sorcerer's formation has been broken. She opens her eyes slightly to see the blazing dark flames and the fierce fiery bird beside her.
Even though you've become like this, it's still in your instincts to protect your kin?
Oh! The Eastern sealers look at the atrocious mania flames, then at the crumbling sorcery. Their faces turn pale.
I let my anger get the better of me. Because of me, the sorcery.
Chief, shackles!
It can't be helped. You've journeyed far and have been staying up for nights to maintain the sorcery. Your mind has reached its limits, and couldn't resist that kind of provocation. What's done is done. There's no need to blame yourself. Let's just say, it was meant to be.
The days this city representative's expression is a mixture of emotions, looking both terrified and smugly satisfied that his suspicions were confirmed. Despite the impending danger, his gaze remains firmly on the envoys. Throw him. Okay, Chief, you don't have you don't have to punch him in the face anymore. Throw him into the fire. Throw that motherfucker into the fire.
That monster is protecting them. See? They are in league with that thing. How dare you try to destroy this city with the Apostle of Ashes? Your sorcery won't last long. Surrender immediately!
Yeah, because oh fucking. It's absolutely hilarious because it's absolutely hilarious because it, like, you couldn't deal with it. Like, this city couldn't deal with the Apostle of the Ashes by himself. We only managed to do it because the Eastians came. Do you really think you have any chances to deal with it now? We're being in opposition with Eastians. Politics! I hate them! The scholar looks around at the guards encircling her, then at the haughty city representative and toward Shoal. Looking surprisingly serene, she smiles.
Let's not waste time on mind games when a disaster is about to end us. I'll explain in terms you city gentlemen can understand.
Yeah, because you guys are fucking morons.
Apostles of Ashes are products of concentrated mania, a material projection of collective consciousness. They manifest themselves in this world in the forms of disasters and wraith beasts. Hypercubes don't exist in Eastia. Facing the Apostle, people could only rely on their faith in the Sunshot legend. In other words, they were fighting the product of collective will with their collective will.
And yup, and because these citizens don't trust... Hey, guess what's going to happen?
When the Great Seer crafted the Almighty Bow, she was activating this immense spiritual power. No matter how many times she failed, she always had that faith. This, Yan Yan is surely capable of.
At least Turo believes in Yan Yan.
Our problem
This
is
image
not that the
fucks.
Sun Shooter is not powerful enough, but that
The citizens don't trust.
a single droplet makes no ocean. A soul tree forms no forest. Here and now, in this foreign land, no one shares our belief.
Also, I didn't talk about it, but not gonna lie, this fucks. Like, this picture fucks. It's really fucking good. Suddenly, the giant bird cries out in the sky, breaking through all defenses and heading straight for the DC. Oh hi, motherfuckers! This is what happens when you guys are fucking stupid!
Okay, fine. I'll go. I'll go.
Flowers.
We're killing him fast and it's nice. Like for now, this, like I don't know, the stages for maybe for just for now aren't that really hard to deal with. But hey, multiple archives updates. Yeah.
Citywide temperatures are rising quickly, and values of the three major Black Ring ruins are surging. The defense forces have requested urgent reinforcements. The Apostle of Ashes is confirmed to be attacking the Dis-C defense line. The range of fluctuations is expanding. The Black Rings are showing citywide fluctuations. Level S+ crisis response initiated. I repeat, level S+ crisis response initiated.
Yeah, like this is the coming of a new Black Ring, like.
What's happening? Is that apostle really so powerful?
No shit, motherfucker! If the Eastians weren't there, we wouldn't have been able to suppress it in the first place! Fucking hell! They threw him into the sea, Chief! Approaching the boundary of BR-000 at the end of the broken front line, the Sun Crow's flames already cover nearly half the sky. It's attacking humanity's last barrier ceaselessly. The FAC grapple with it while regrouping.
Sea is boiling. The Apostle of Ashes is resonating with the Black Rings and amplifying its power. Is this a result of the Eastian sorcery breaking?
Yeah.
Reinforce the broken front line and stop the Sun Crow. We must hold on by ourselves this time. It must not enter the Sea.
The Sea was in resonance with the Apostle of Ashes. The sky is dyed red. The temperature is rising continuously. The air is filled with uncontrollable mania distorting your vision. You see the three major black rings runes flare up. Simultaneously, fiery pollution spurting outward. Your body burns like never before, and in days all you see is 10 suns. The crimson sky catches fire slowly. The sun casts huge halos, the overlapping parts growing brighter until they become blazing new suns.
The sun deformed. Demise befell. Hills burned and charred. Lives ebbed and fell. 10 suns in sky. Blessed crops survived. O hero soul, when shall thou show?
Chief! On the chaotic battlefield, a figure walks up to you reciting a poem and takes Yan Yan from your nearly exhausted embrace.
This is all we can do. Next, since the city doesn't believe in myths, fight in your own way then.
Wait. She doesn't stop at your call, but before she goes, you see a wave of the delicate fabric leaving a wisp of protective smoke around you.
My work here is done.
Hooooooooold tree. Oh! Are we going back? Oh. Okay, so I think we're going back to we're going back to the Hooooooooold tree, to the sea, and then yeah, this is basically what's going to happen. Okay, I kinda got it. Yeah.
BR-002's afterimage is expanding abnormally. Highly contaminated crystalline substances are occurring, producing a massive amount of mania radiation confirmed to significantly affect the surrounding civilians. Currently, the civilian forces of West District are assisting in evacuating the population, but the threat remains. The Sun Crow Apostle is possibly reaching the crowd through radiation to gain power by absorbing mania. Please stop it as soon as possible.
The sudden disaster has caught West District off guard. People who are mildly infected with mania are subjected to stronger radiation, which drags them into fear, despair, and madness. The executive committee is aiding the evacuation, but not enough executive officers can be deployed within such a short time, so the people are mostly left to their own devices. And in this process, more and more people are affected.
It's so hot. My head hurts. Why do I hear birds chirping in my head? Black Ring is in trouble again? Have Chief and Yan Yan come back?
He supports himself with the wall and walks outside, then looks up to see the afterimage of the collapsed high tower Black Ring gradually expanding and branching out.
A tree?
He can clearly see the branch producing a strange crystal, very similar to what Yan Yan and Chief were carefully collecting. The entire afterimage of the Black Ring looks like a sky-reaching tree or a terrifying antenna visible to every West District resident. Okay, I will just make a fort. I will just build a fucking huge ass wall there.
Take this seriously now.
Okay, fine. I'll go.
I don't have much to contribute.
I'll put Langley here to be safe. They're all going to converge to the chief, so it's kind of better for me to just build a fort here and just leave them, you know, run at us. It's the same enemies we fought in the Fusang Tree stages before, but now they're like stronger. One more enemy to deal with. Dealt with.
Good job.
So basically, there will be Fusang Tree, the Dragon Slay, and then we will have like one more, another one to go, and then like the one in Kilan Square, and then we will finally fight, basically Yao. Or the Sun Crow.
I can find a lot of treasures on this trip.
Contamination is spilling out of the rust. Native corruptors are spreading out and constantly threatening the isolation belt of the rust. They have inherited many traits of the Sun Crow Apostle and are highly aggressive. To ensure the safety of both sides of the city, please spread out the defenses and rescue those who are in danger.
What? Monsters again? Quick, call that chief of the MB something. She said to tell her immediately if anything happens. Ugh. A fissure suddenly opens up in front of him and contamination gushes out toward his waist. If not for a companion pulling him back in time, he would have been trapped in contamination. This is where I was the first time. Forget about the phone call. Hide quickly! Scavengers gather at the FAC's makeshift evacuation point on the raised area. Their site is filled with surging contamination spilling from the carnival ruins, from which grotesque creatures are emerging. Advancing against the waves of monsters are FAC warriors in white armor. They aim to repair the base near BR-001. Facing them is a constant flow of the Apostle's skin. What about those soldiers? What about that little girl? Fuck. Well, yep. Turo.
I must take this seriously now.
There, and I will put there and there. Oh fuck. Like this is better. Like I didn't see the defense there. Not that strong, it's still fine. Didn't you see the tortoise ones, the dragon ones, of course, you know, the shrimp ones too. Yeah, the enemies that Yan talked about when we first saw the Dragon Slay thingy. And then we have the Divine Lord, of course.
Come. Let me see if you're still salvageable.
FAC Sun Crow Operation Temporary Command.
The conditions of BR-001 and BR-002 ruins have been confirmed. We must focus on stopping the Sun Crow at DC. We're out of men. Tell the garrisons to hold on.
Yeah, this is going to work.
What about BR-004? Sir, BR-004 is showing severe contamination spillage, and the temperature is abnormally high. Many devices are malfunctioning, and some soldiers at the garrison are experiencing severe mental contamination.
The whole city's temperature is abnormally high. Specifically where? How many degrees? Rate of temperature increase? Any singularities? Search for the Sun Crow's kin or any other weird signs. We need to locate the Sun Crow quickly.
The kid has the entire troop on edge. The rampaging apostle is attacking the broken front line while constantly switching locations. This makes the FAC's defense work even more challenging. You must admit that a part of him misses the times when those patterned green lights were still around, but currently the battlefield doesn't afford him the leisure to ponder Warrior's various what-ifs.
The condition of BR-004 is yet to be confirmed, but the MBCC's chief is already heading there.
What did you say? Damn it! Chief's shackles haven't recovered yet! Who knows what might happen if Chief gets in contact with the Apostle again? Go help them now!
I mean, are you guys surprised? The chief is well known to take inconsiderate risks when it comes down to defending this city, so... Inside the statue of Keelan, the damaged stairs aren't fully restored yet, and neither is your body. The fever makes your steps unsteady. You have to stop occasionally for a breather before resuming the climb as quickly as possible. Having broken free and being near the DC, the Suncrow Apostle has gone completely berserk. The high heat within a radius of 100 meters from it is almost devoid of any living things. You're physically unable to get close, nor can any normal human. Although the FAC hasn't said anything, you know that if this continues, they'll only receive one last order. Eliminate the Suncrow at all costs.
Chief, please stop. Don't push yourself anymore. Leave the inspection work to us. What will we do if something happened to you?
I'll take responsibility. Sorry, even if it's risky, I must verify some things. It's a job that only I can do, I'm afraid. If all of the three calamities are escalating, then the Wraith spirit must be here too. Whether it's an enemy or an ally. It's what's closest to a Suncrow Apostle. With this thought, you reach out to grasp the scalding doorknob to push it open.
Chief, wait! Let me open the door. Let me do it.
Push open the door. You fling the door open. A wave of heat hits you as countless fiery birds flap their wings in the air, screeching the soldier's guard before you swiftly.
Please step back. You're not fit for battle right now.
No. Now is exactly when I need to play my part.
What?
You look ahead, in the center of the rooftop's inferno, amid countless specters of the mythical bird, a mass of pitch-black flames burns. It's unlike any of the Wraith spirits around. The figure within it watches you. Wraith spirit. You're the Wraith spirit who tested Yan Yan, the remnant of the Suncrow Apostle. Should I call you the former great seer of Istia's sunset town, the sinner who invaded my consciousness through the shackles? It's been a while. Since the Suncrow was released, I've been having a 40-degree fever, yet I didn't dream of you again. You've been corrupted by the contamination too. It hurt? Regardless, I need your guidance, so I came to see you. Amid the intense mania fields, you summon the shackles effortlessly and take a step forward. The shadow shrieks and suddenly all the specters of the Wraith spirit on the rooftop rush toward you.
No! Chief, don't use the shackles! You'll...
To bring in war.
I must take this seriously now.
Maybe I'll just put Nox in there and just use Coco as a front line so that I'll have a safeguard there.
Bloom here till the day you wither.
Too noisy. Quiet.
Only destination.
3 more enemies to deal with. Dealt with.
Chief, watch out!
He wants to protect you, but the black flames pass through the soldier's body without physical collision. However, the heat inside the armor makes him feel like he's suffering from heat stroke, and he gradually loses consciousness. You're also having a splitting headache, but you hold on to your last bit of clarity and keep away from your comrades, taking the black flames away from the vicinity. Approach the narrator spirit. You're here because you have something to say to us. You see the familiar golden eye and hear the same mournful whisper. Unlike in the dream, the figure is elusive and engulfed in pitch black flames, looking even more in pain. Sorry, I can't understand what you're saying like Yanyan does. Since you found me through the shackles, I must also be able to find you, right? I think I can read your mind somehow. Your mind now somehow. And of course, Chief is going to push on, to push forward. You don't back down. The shackles advance and penetrate through whatever is ahead. The moment they touch the spectre, the black flames ignite your light spikes, quickly spreading and swallowing your entire existence.
My work here is done.
Yeah, well.
Hopefully I'll find some interesting news material.
After the searing flames burn out, a desolate wilderness unfolds before you. A scene you've never seen before. Mind still hazy, you start walking. The riverbed is dry. The earth is cracked. Sparse huts from afar look like cracked charcoal. People scatter around in twos and threes, hanging their heads in despair, like the withered grass underfoot. The sun shines in the cloudless sky, but it only reveals a scene of desolation. Compared to this city, this place is even more ruined. And the humans seem even more powerless here. Harbinger rose, seen in east sky. All lives perished, with 10 suns high. Unconsciously, you begin reciting the poem Turo read to you before. The words taste strangely dry and bitter in your mouth. Where are you? Is it Yanyan in Turo's hometown? Is this the present or 7 years ago? You ended up here after touching that apparition of the Sun Crow. Is the Sun Crow here too? Whose memory is this? Whose dream? You wander past the scattered groups of people and find yourself glancing at their faces, perhaps in an attempt to recognize them. To your surprise, the moment your gaze meets theirs, these blurry faces respond to you. Great Seer? It's the Great Seer! She's back! We're safe! You're taken aback and recall instinctively, but your body defies your thought, and goes even closer, opening your arms. You hear a woman's voice, as bright as the sunshine.
Oh dear, look at you. Had something been troubling you while I was away? Come and tell me all about your worries. Where sun sank low, came where we dwelt. I'm back.
The crowd cheers as they rush over to you, and only then does the sunlight gain warmth and color, enveloping and illuminating you.
Great Seer, about that nightmare of a great flood I had last time. Was it really a premonition? Did you check on my hometown? Goodness, I'm too worried. Our town has always been prone to disasters. Should I give more offerings? I've only managed to save up a bit of grain. That enough to stop the gods' anger?
No need. I did visit your hometown. The disaster has been resolved thanks to stories passed down through generations among your townsfolk. Grand scales clanking, vast bones rumbling. Ever heard of this poem and the tale behind it?
Oh, that legend from my childhood in the village. Take a dragon's vein as bowstring, and one could become a great archer and expel evil and sickness. The poem goes back to hundreds of years ago. You hear that whenever a child falls ill.
Exactly. And it's no lie. During my visit to your hometown, I learned a lot while fighting wraith fiends underwater. Dragon's vein. What a wonderful thing. It'll definitely come in handy when fighting the Sun Crow in the future. The legends from your hometown are an important piece of the myth.
Oh, I don't remember the details, but whatever you say must be right. That's great. It's all thanks to your knowledge. As long as we can defeat the Sun Crow, we'll all be safe again.
The elderly woman cries tears of joy. Following her, a frail young man comes over.
Great seer! I have a favor to ask. The river in my village is dried up, and at night, monsters roam everywhere. The villagers have all left over the past 2 years. They told me to go with them, but I can't leave. My great-grandfather found that piece of blessed land after half a lifetime's search. It's been passed down through 4 generations. I can't abandon it. Could you perform a ritual to expel the evil? I don't want to leave, even if it means dying on my own land.
I see. Even in the face of a disaster, you're still attached to your homeland and wish to respect your ancestors. I'm touched by the sincerity of your emotions. I will certainly lend you a hand. Blessed land is always protected by immortals. The changes now could be due to some issues with the guardian spirit. Let me seek out that immortal through divination and look into the matter.
The great seer begins gesturing with her fingers. Soon she falls into a daze and starts muttering to herself.
Where am I? These don't look like your fields. Have I lost my way? Could this immortal be?
The great seer's eyes are still closed, but her body jolts suddenly, then begins twitching unnaturally.
Oh my! Is a deity possessing you? May I ask, which divine being are you?
Nonsense! Divine being? Don't you recognize me no more? I'm your great-grandfather, speaking to you through this lass.
She jumps up all of a sudden, her face taking on a terrifying expression. She yells,
My child, listen to me with your ears perked. Just, how could you be so dumb? Is a piece of land more important than your life? I didn't find this land for you to just sit around waiting to die. I've already scouted it out for you. 1,500 miles to the southeast is Goldianville, where the climate is mild and the seasons are distinct. Take your family and neighbors and leave before the disaster strikes. Remember, home is where the people are. You got it? Also, stop calling her Great Seer. You should call her Miss Great Seer. The lass is younger than you by a few years. Be a gentleman. Oh, my time here is over. Off I go.
It's kind of silly, like the way the talking works. The possessed great seer blurts out before her eyes roll back, her body falling backward. The next second, her gaze is normal again, looking somewhat stunned.
What happened? I was in a trance for a while, and I saw an old man who looked just like you. He said he wanted to borrow my voice. Did he say anything to you?
That was my great-grandfather! I remember now. He used to talk to me like that when I was a child. Great-grandpa told me to take refuge in the south. I'm gonna move right away. I must try my best to survive. Thank you, Miss Great Seer. Thank you, Sun Crow. I'll never forget your great kindness.
You're right. You should thank the Sun Crow, your ancestors, and yourself. Me? I am merely a messenger.
You're spreading lies, smooth talker.
Yeah, Turo is there. In the empty space behind the altar, a young scholar crosses her arms and stares at the Great Seer who is taking a break.
You speak of no true oracles. You're just swindling everyone using the name of the Sun Crow. Even your so-called search for divine truths is nothing but nonsense. It's one thing for the people to be superstitious, but as Sun Sink City's official seer and the one appointed to fight the disasters, how can you not clarify the truth and even play along with those fabricated stories? Have you no shame? No comment? I dare you to tell me your fake myth again. I will expose all of your lies.
Well, I have nothing to add because everything you said is right. Of course, I'm not smart enough to fool everyone. I'm simply taking inspiration from the people and giving back to them. After all, myths are a collective creation of the masses over thousands of years. I'm just doing a bit of consolidation and retelling them to make them relevant and practical in our times. You see, last time during the drought, everyone was too scared to even leave their homes. But once I wove my advice into the legends and performed a ritual, everyone had the courage to step outside and get to work. It surely solved many problems. Pretty cool, right?
Without disturbing her elegant air, the young scholar rolls her eyes.
Don't use reassuring the public as an excuse. In the face of disasters, the real solution can only be found by confronting reality. Yet you're depriving the people of the courage to face the truth. Your psychic power is strong. You're the closest to the essence of the Sun Crow and the truth of the disasters. Yet you only present these lies to the masses.
Except if the truth is too harsh, they won't be able to face it and you will just crush them. A white lie is often better. Sometimes a white lie is better than a painful truth.
The truth, huh? The truth is a blazing fire, a sharp knife. Only heroes dare to confront it directly. But not everyone is as brave as you. The world is mostly made up of ordinary people. But the choices of ordinary people can be powerful too.
Someone comes laughing and jumping. You hear a faintly familiar laugh. Yan Yan.
Great Seer! Great Seer! I dreamed of the Raid Spirit, that fiery bird. And I'm not terrified of it anymore. I realized it was a sign as soon as I woke up. So I ran to the kitchen, and sure enough, the stove was on fire! Guess what? I could suddenly work magic! I was able to control the small flames! Can Yan Yan become a seer too and protect Grandma? Of course! You have the same power as mine, and you're so diligent and honest. You'll go places and protect more people in the future.
You're learning more about the Great Seer and what the fuck happened in Scented Town. The suns are far hotter than the Sun Crow you saw in this city. 10 of them. No, even more blinding sun hang in the sky. The melting heat sweeping across the land with the Sun Crow's skin.
The calamity has escalated. Several allied states in Eastia have been victimized by the 10 Suns as well, and had to abandon their cities due to the extreme heat. Something major seemed to have happened in this city too, cutting off trade completely. We can't import hypercubes anymore, and our reserves are... The Sun Crow's power has grown too strong. Our sorcery and defense equipment are all rendered useless. We are no match for it. We have no choice but to abandon the city. But how should we explain this to the people? Should we admit that all the Aperture-Paic rituals have failed us? That even the myths can't save us?
Someone hug the cute little Yan Yan. She needs hugs, honestly.
Great seer! Can't we find instructions in the myths? Are they all fake?
The disaster came too suddenly. Even the seers are doubting the power of sorcery, and the effectiveness of the sealing formation has weakened. I found a new shelter. It's a bit small, but it will sustain us for a while. We have the knowledge to find another home where we can live in peace, no matter how far and unreachable it may be.
Good. Take everyone with you. You speak nothing but the truth, and everyone believes what you say. Their safety is in
We're
your
witnessing
hands
the moment where when she's going to sacrifice herself to the Sun Crow.
You're not coming with us? Those myths can't hold out any longer. Are you really risking your life for this? What do you plan to do this time, Sha?
The Great Seer smiles. Having been questioned too many times before, she can easily sidestep this one with a small lie. The people left Sunset Town, but she has stayed behind.
I want to tell a lie.
Finally, she's left alone.
I am the seer of Sunset Town, who channels Wraith spirits, all living things, and the hearts of people. My people have turned to me, demanding an answer from the world itself. And that's why I've long foreseen it. The calamities and evil spirits are the chaotic accumulation of human emotions. The real Sun Crow may have other names, be it fear, death, vengeance, hatred. Whatever it's called, I cannot defy it. I cannot communicate with it, for it's a merciless and unstoppable thing. It's the dark side of human hearts. We have no way to deny it, and thus, we find no escape. The myths are fake. There are no gods in this world. Even I don't have the heart to keep telling those blatant lies after seeing the truth. And the truth is, they come from the people themselves. They don't care about the truth, the insignificance of man, or the inevitable end. In the face of disasters, they simply want to live on and be happy again. What they believe in is not courage, wisdom, or the truth, but their own wishes.
This is depressing.
They believe there are miracles in this vast world, that they can always find another place to call home. They believe that there are rules that govern all things, that kindness will be rewarded while evil will be punished. They believe that when evil spirits are rampant, a hero will be born, and that all tales of suffering can have a hopeful ending.
The Great Seer who can channel all things, the most precious thing in this chaotic and cruel world is this undying glimmer of hope. His belief has given her the strength to confront reality countless times.
Since that's the case,
She steps steadily into the inferno, her opulent ceremonial robe torn and burned by the flames, the threads meticulously sewn and passed down through generations which once offered her protection and blessings are now turning to ashes. Waste. Had she known earlier, she would have taken it off and left it for the next seer. The seers must have all been envious to see her dance in these beautiful clothes. Bright daylight is blinding her eyes. She can no longer see. The sense of pain is numbed, with the shrieking in her ears as accompaniment. She dances to the rhythm, reminiscing about the cheerful music her folks once played for her. The heat and mania gnaw at her body, and her skin bursts open like new wings. The Great Seer feels that if she spreads her wings, she'll finally be able to soar high in the sky. Next to the cruel gods she spent her whole life serving and defying. She embraces the cause of mania, just like how she's let the Sun Crow invade and disturb her mind countless times before. This time, she will embrace all her fears and despair. In return, she will be the one to undermine the calamity.
Oh, revered Sun Crow. I am your seer, the one who spun tales about you every day. Would you be so kind and play along with me one last time? I want everyone to believe that the lie has come true.
Before her consciousness fully fuses with the massive mania, the Great Seer draws her sword, points it at the Sun Crow, smiling radiantly at the last moment of her life. Fuck! Okay, this is
Time for a little exercise.
not gonna lie, this is kind of an awful setup.
Bloom here, till the day bloom here, till the day you wither. Bloom here, till the day you wither. Bloom here, till the day you wither. Bloom here, till the day you wither.
Everything has been dealt with. Sunset Town is destroyed by the scorching heat. The disaster-stricken people have lost their homes. The Great Seer has gone missing. The disasters are continuing. People begin to notice changes. The forest of crystal is spreading, and evil entities are gathering. Power awakens in the seer of the next generation. She hears the calls of wraith spirits in her dreams. Amid the chaotic and unpredictable disasters, some strange yet familiar phenomena have occurred. Sky Tree stood, yet world lay waste. Dragon flew, the Sun Crow shone. The omens all correspond perfectly to the myth. Everything the Great Seer said was true. Everything in the myth is coming true. Something is suppressing the Sun Crow's power. The sorcery left by the Great Seer is also starting to work.
The Great Seer is right about everything! The myth is true! And the Almighty Bow is now ready! But where did the Great Seer go? It's time for her to shoot the sun!
The Great Seer has already set off to the battlefield. She's entrusted us with the Sunshot. She told us to let the person with the most adamant faith draw the bow. For the belief of the archer will unleash the true power of the Almighty Bow. The archer must believe that this arrow can settle the calamity.
Give me the bow. I'll do it. No one has more faith in that liar than I do.
Once again, this scene fucks, even with context.
Seers chanted. Demons reveled. The end was near. The way back, long. With right and bow, revered fate must hold. Where sun sank low, my heart finds home.
Fuck! I needed Turo and Shu and Su's Ensues Yuri fanfiction now. PTA and fanfic writers! Now is your time! Opening your eyes, you return to reality. You find yourself surrounded by a crowd, their faces stiff with concern and worry.
You're finally awake. Chief, your bravery can be frightening sometimes. Please prioritize your safety. You're too important to suffer any mishap.
I'm sorry. Indeed, they have stressed this countless times before. Take care of yourself. The FAC will protect the city without you needing to risk your life. You spread your palms that has reached out to that creature with the shackles. Quietly lying in your hand is an arrowhead burned with flames. This is the last trace that proves the person in the dream truly existed. Meanwhile, the core connects.
Chief, the decoding is complete. Ambassador Duro indeed left behind a considerable amount of research material, some of which seems to be specially prepared for you.
Got it, I'll be right back. Duro said she's waiting for a missing piece in this city. I have to find the truth for her. Compile all the information Duro accessed at the bureau while Yan Yan and I were away, including all the texts she left behind. I need all the clues. The power of the sunshot first came from the myth. The power of the sunshot first came from the myth believed by the people of the East. I'm sure there is something in this city that's worth everybody's faith.
The job is done.
Are you fucking kidding? Yeah.
Whenever I'm...
Well, fuck, like, I wanted for us to finish the fucking event today, but hey, it's a 3-parter, yay! But yeah, if we can't finish it today, guess what? I think we'll finish it tomorrow then. And I also guess this is going to be the end of today's stream. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. And yeah, all I have to say is see you to the next time. I'll see you in like a few hours. We'll be playing some Limbus Company, pulling for the third Purchase Not, and doing some Mirror Dungeon 4 runs. But yeah, sadly